Hello again. So now we're going to go through visualizing P3.express. As you can see, P3.express is made of different circles or cycles. And the cycles, I call them the wheel of success, because by focusing on these different points, you can successfully run through your projects and focus on the different project management activities. This is a quick overview of the main part of the cycle. As you can see, first we have the project initiation. The project initiation is where you evaluate, can we go or not go with this project? Do we have everything in place and do we feel comfortable? This is the foundation to make sure that you as a project manager, your team and the organization that is taking on this project, we are ready to go on. And at the end of this cycle, this group of activities, let's say you have a contract to sign, so you made a proposal, and that's where you would sign this contract and go on with this project. So the end user or the end client would come on and say, okay, I agree with everything that has been proposed, and we can move on. What happened now, we're gonna jump directly to the project closure. So in the project closure, what we want to do, we want to close all loose ends. We want to make sure that the project is completed. And it is important to know that projects, as we mentioned, have a beginning and an end. So the end has to be clear to everybody. This end gives us a sense of closure for the project, but also for all the other departments and all other people involved to know by now this project is over and we can move on to another project or go on with something else. We have sometimes the feeling that a project keeps on going and going and going, and we don't have a sense where the project will stop because no one is giving a direction. Is it the end? Is it not the end? We'll go on later on. Later we'll go on different examples, but for now, retain that the project closure is also a very important phase of this project. After that, we can see the cycles where it's kind of a breakdown, a manageable breakdown of this big focus that you have. At P3.express, we call it the monthly initiation. Looking at the cycle and looking at this monthly initiation and the different cycles that we see combining themselves together, people might say, oh, this is agile. And other people might say, this is predictive because you have a beginning, you have an end, you go through that, and it's all set. Agile might say, you have a beginning and you evaluate all the time, every month, every week, every day, and then you just adapt. P3.express is adaptable to both. Let's call them mindsets. So you have two different mindsets, and different projects might combine both of them, being hybrid. And P3.express, as you will see, will get you the point of focus for the project manager and his team to get through the project and successful results. So let's continue with the monthly initiation. The monthly initiation is where you revise what you saw in that moment of proposal, the project initiation. You revise, you make everybody align to what is at this moment manageable to go on, first step, and we'll come back, second step. So we go on and then we can focus on different activities, different deliverables, what is needed to be done. Like for the project, you will need a monthly closure. You sit down, the team evaluates, how did we do, how we're going to move on from there, what is missing, do we re-evaluate, that's where you go back to the monthly, the cycle goes back to the time of the project or the journey that you have with the whole team to make sure that throughout that process you can adapt, but you also move forward. The monthly, it's a review moment, the monthly closure, a review moment where you say, okay, good, we did this, we're moving forward to the next step, are we missing anything? Let's get the team ready. And then we do the same thing from the initiation. You revise the initial plan, you make sure that your focus is in check, and then you move on. You will break this down a little bit further to weekly management. We call it weekly management because as the time you come closer to what is happening into your project. You will get deliverables happening, different tasks, different activities going on, and you have to make sure that the reports, the performance, what is happening throughout the project is being put in check. You're monitoring the quality, your team is working on really deep diving into the project, and the project manager making sure that things are clear out so the team can get the right amount of information, and also that all stakeholders are getting the right amount of information when necessary. There's a little cycle that you see here, which is the daily management. The daily management is a very interesting one. My point of view is it is the focus of the project manager and the core team. So what will happen, there you're going to focus on any type of follow-up that needs to be taken care of during the project, making sure things move on. You don't want things to hang too much. You don't want to have a big list of to-dos where you're confused and your focus is lost. And at the same time, everything that is done, the deliverable, what you receive that is completed, have to be checked out. Is it okay? Is it not okay? Is there a redo? No redo. And this is pretty much on a daily basis what you will be checking as a project manager with your team and with the different instances that will be involved in that process. The last little bubble that we see at the end, the post-project management, it's a set of activities that evaluate the benefits. Let's say that from initiation, project initiation to project closure, you end up with a project result, a project output. And then from that project output, you're expecting certain benefits to gain something out of it. What is in it for me? We'll say the user. What is in it for us? We'll say the team. What is in it for us? We'll say top management of the organization. The benefits is the time for, in a project concept, for the organization and the team who worked on the project, where hopefully we'll see that later on, a senior leader or someone at a sponsor level will make sure that the benefits have been reached. For this one, I'll go out of the way and give an example. Let's say you completed a project for a city and the project has been received and accepted by the city. What will be the benefit of this project? You put your name out there. It was nicely done. You have something to add to your portfolio if you're a new company. If you are a company that existed already, your portfolio has grown and your name is known. You have the time to reevaluate the feedback from the city. Make sure that hopefully you can generate new ideas, or can we use this method and implement it into our marketing program to sell our services and our products to another city. You also communicate. An example would be, let's say, a relocation where your benefits for your internal project of relocating to another place was to be closer to your customers and also deliver your products faster. Is it reaching these benefits? P3.express covers from initiation to post-project management into the different points of focus for an organization, for the project team, and also the project leaders. It is important to know that all this together is visually easy to understand and also easy to implement.